Welcome students to the class of workshop on Indian ethos. Today we'll be doing the next topic, that is work ethos. As we have already discussed in the previous class that ethos are the values given to us by our holy books, the teachings given to us by our lords, gurus, right? So what are work ethos? When the employees adopt the practices, when the employees adopt the teachings given to us by our various lords, gurus at the workplace. It means adopting the good values like eliminating selfishness, eliminating ego, and sacrificing, not looking towards the greeds and profits, right? At the workplace is known as work ethos. Work ethos refers to implementing values given to us by our holy books, religion, and society in professional and work life. Ethos in work helps in strengthening one's character and individual abilities. Now, what are the levels of work ethos? Number one, it's compliance level. When we talk about the compliance level, the ethical work practices helps the company to stay within the law, to adhere to the various principles given by the law. Companies, leaders, and supervisors must make sure that employees and the workers are adhering to the principles defined in the ethics program. If the employees work against these ethics program, the company is fined. So this is the compliance level. Next one is stakeholder level. We know that there are so many of the people associated with the companies, with the businesses. The various stakeholders like customers, the vendors, the stockholders, and the communities, the government, which are interacting in a direct way or in an indirect way with the company. What the stakeholder sees, the public sees. And companies are seen by the general public as being unethical, can lose customers and market share. So the companies has to be very much ethically strong. They must work together and produce good products with good quality. Brand name integrity builds brand name value. And employees working within the company can build positive relationships with the stakeholders, with the customers, with the vendors, right? And cooperating with them in a good way, interacting with them, and transacting business ethically and responsibly. And when the stakeholders who are doing business with the company, when they gain a sense of trust, the customers are kept forever. The next one is employee level. If we talk about the employee level, we know that all the ethical practices, all the good practices by the employees or by the company, they make an environment which is full of enthusiasm and positivity in the organization. If there is distrust or if there is something fraudulent in the organization, it causes stress and mental pressure. Only you can work better when you have good relations with your colleagues. Only the employees or shareholders can work better when they have trust relationship, right? And the company also works better when the employees are adopting the ethical values while working, adopting the work ethos, which we know as, right? The ethical values at workplace are the work ethos, right? And the steps followed in work ethos. Now, what are the steps? What steps are followed while adopting the work ethos, while adopting the ethical values at their workplace? Lead the way. The leaders, the supervisors, who have already adopted the ethical practices, they give direction to their juniors, right? So, if the president or the vice president is adopting good practices, good ethical practices, right? The juniors will also follow. Number two, don't sacrifice ethics for profits. I've already told you, students, eliminate the greed, eliminate the selfishness, right? Do the right thing for the right thing. If the profits come to you or not, that's not nothing part. Don't don't run towards the profit only. Be ethical. Don't try to hurt somebody at the workplace, right? The next point is internalize ethical behaviors. Internalize ethical behavior means you must add on in your inner self the ethical values. You will definitely behave in a good ethical manner then, right? Hire the right people. And who are the right people here? While the interview, while you are taking the interview of the employee, ask open and core values questions, right? Because if there would not be a value oriented environment in the business or in the company can never succeed. If the company is just working, all the authoritative persons are working alone and just to achieve the goals, nothing can be achieved, right? So while you are taking the interview of the employee, upcoming employee, you must ask the person the values questions, right? The applicant who just focuses on the salary, benefits, and hours, right? He is just focused towards the greed and the profits, right? The next point is group dynamics can affect behaviors. The group dynamics can affect behaviors how many employees emulate, right? What they do is it's important to identify the people with negative and unethical attitudes and behavior. If they will not be identified, the negativity will be spread, right? The next one is unethical behaviors in the butt. You might have heard about the news that the bank employees they open unauthorized client accounts provides a good lesson on how unethical practices can emerge. These unethical practices always start on a small scale, but they can grow incrementally. Okay? And how they are spread, these unethical practices ruin the company. So, any unethical behavior, if you found there is any unethical behavior practicing, just stop it there. Don't let it grow. Go well beyond the letter of the law. It's not like you have to just follow the letter of the law, right? You have to encourage the employees too. You have to make a good relation with employees so that they can be happy at their workplace. Is it clear? Next point, seek and find ethical role models. Role models when arrives. The role models are basically those influencers with whom you are so much influenced that you start following the person, right? So respect the superiors, they will respect you. So it is basically karma relation. The ethical practices are followed when you just think of the karma, when you just think of the ethos given to us by our holy books. Is it clear to everyone? I hope this is clear to you all, students. This is all about this topic. We will soon come with the next topic of workshop on Indian ethos. Till then, take care of you.